And here we go. All right, welcome back to the Central Valley Buzz, everybody. I'm your host, Chuck Leonard. I'm so excited to tell you that my next guest is Jennifer Lipp. All right.
What is this shaking hands? Give me love.
How's it going?
Good. It's good to see you.
Oh man, it's been so long. It's too long.
I know.
And it's just to be able to have this reunion right here on the air is fun.
Letting everybody join in on our love.
Well, before we go any further, we want to say hello to Jeff Honey Bunny at home right now.
He's running the feed store.
He is running the feed store.
He's running the feed store right now.
So you guys remember Jen from mornings at KRZR, mornings at the Blaze, now mornings at 105.9, but you've ventured into something new.
I know. A little bit of everything.
Now it's called the Wiseacre Feed and Supply Store in Sanger, and I think that the Wiseacre thing is just a little bit of a play on words, isn't it?
Well, here's the thing. Honestly, people always think, oh, Lipp, that's a radio name. And honest to God, you can look on my birth certificate, Jennifer Lipp. There was no middle name, Jennifer Lipp. That's how I was born. And my poor husband, who I've been married to now for 17 years.
17 years.
Yes.
Have some applause for that. Wow.
He constantly has to put up with, oh, you must be Mr. Lipp.
Right.
Well, no. And I legally took his last name when we married. So technically I'm Jennifer Wise, but I kept my last name professionally. So since there's so much of what we do gets tied with my last name, everybody, oh, Lipp, you're Lipp's husband. Now, since he's Jeff Wise, we're Wiseacre Feed and Supply.
Like
so we got to use his last name for a change.
And plus, chickens don't have lips.
Right? You have chickens, don't you, Chuck?
Well, here's the deal. We don't have really chickens. What we have is feral chickens that run all around, and the roosters don't just cockle-doodle-doo in the morning like the cartoons say they do.
No, they don't.
They go all night long. Now, how long is it that you guys have had chickens at your place?
A year and a half. We started with 2, and now we have 200.
You have 200 chickens?
Yes, I brought you eggs. We have 200 chickens. We sell farm fresh eggs.
And are people getting into that? Because after finding out what's in the not so farm fresh ones at the store, it's really a great value to buy the eggs fresh.
Honest to God, Chuck, I hear we're cheaper than the farmers markets. I'm just saying. But we started out with our 2 chickens last January.
What made you start?
I always wanted chickens. I've always wanted chickens. I don't know why. I've just always wanted chickens. I've been begging my husband for years, can we have chickens? And he kept saying, we have dogs. We have dogs. Right. So finally,
they coexist, though.
What they do. In our house, they do. So I even have a chicken dog. It's not a hybrid. I'm not that weird. He's a terrier. He helps me herd. He's awesome. Little Frodo. He's great. But finally, January last year, he said, okay, we can have chickens. And we got 2 chickens. And
a rooster and a hen?
No, we had 2 hens. And I told him, well, now I need a rooster so I can keep perpetuating our flock. Because you don't need a rooster to have eggs.
Right. You need a rooster for fertile eggs.
Yes. So next thing I knew, my husband was as bad at chicken math as I was. And all of a sudden we had 200 eggs. We have a restaurant who buys from us. We sell our eggs down at the feed store. I deliver some in the Fresno area. I delivered some to you and Bill today just because I love you guys. Awesome. But then around October of last year, if you visit our feed store, we're at 728 N Street in downtown Sanger, by the way, you'll see the sign it says warranty electronics. Right. Because my husband's fixed electronics his entire life.
Right. He was the TV guy.
And he still is.
At the same place?
Yes.
Awesome.
So when you walk in, it's warranty. In fact, our hatchery orders, we get new baby chicks in every Thursday. And our hatchery order always says, warranty TV / Wiseacre Feed and Supplies. So, and when you
they gotta be thinking, what are these guys doing
if you call the shop right now, he will answer, warranty electronics, Wiseacre Feed and Supplies, how can I help you? Wow. We do both out of the same building. Nice. What happened was as we got into more of the chickens, we wanted to know what they were eating. And we met this guy, Clark, who works down OH Cruise, Western Milling, you know, 99.
Yeah.
Great guy. We were talking chickens, and he said, you got to try some of this feed. And he gave us some Helen's Best. And when I tell you, I noticed a difference in the eggs, I noticed a difference in the chickens, and I said, this is amazing. where can I get it? And he said, funny, nobody actually carries it by you right now. And Jeff and I looked at each other and said,
ding, ding,
we're opening a feed store.
Right.
And we did. And so last October, that's why we opened the feed store.
Perfect.
We use everything. All of our animals eat it. We know what we're selling. We know what we have. And it's made a huge difference. I love it.
But you grew up a city girl.
Yes, I did.
Right?
Philadelphia.
So now you have 200 chickens.
Yes.
I saw last night on Facebook that you were having a chicken for dinner.
A meat bird.
Okay. Who cleans it?
Jeff does.
Feathers and everything?
I have to tell you. Well, we sell a thing called the power plucker.
Watch your language.
It takes 90 seconds. You scald the bird like you would normally do, because everybody said, when we said we're going to eat some of our chickens, everybody said same thing. Most delicious birds you'll ever eat. Oh, the plucking. Oh, the plucking. So we found this family in the Midwest. It's a family business, and they make these power pluckers. You put them on the end of the drill. You scald the chicken like you would, and then you kind of dance the chicken up to it. It's a very cool little thing. And you dance the chicken up to it, and it pulls all the feathers off of it within 90 seconds.
Wow.
And that was a good-looking chicken I posted on Facebook.
Yes, it was. How was it? Good?
5 pounds, moist, tender. I fed that bird every meal it ate from the time it was 1 day old till the time we ate it. So there was nothing goofy in it. Yeah, awesome.
Do you name them?
We don't eat the ones. We don't name the ones we eat.
Because that'd be weird.
That would be weird.
Right.
Yeah, you know.
How are the kids? How are the kids, and how do they like this newfound farming?
I've got 3 kids.
Right.
They're 11, 8, and 6.
Gosh.
I know. They were here with me on your show before, little, running around. Right. Yeah, no, they're getting big. They have chores. They go out, they water the chickens, they feed the chickens. They're totally cool with, okay, those are the ones we eat, those are the ones we don't eat. They don't put in for the special forgiveness for any of the chickens that they suddenly take a fondness to. They know what ones are dinner, and they get it. They get the circle of life. Cool. And meat's not just something you go to the grocery store and get, and I love that.
You know, what do you think about them legalizing the chickens in the backyards in the city?
Everybody should have legal backyard chickens.
I think so.
They're not legal in Sanger. What? Which is amazing.
Because you're country, though.
Yeah, we're Sanger country.
Right.
You'd be amazed, though, how many customers we have come into the shop who have chickens where they're not supposed to, because apparently not a lot of money for code enforcement in any city right now.
Right.
So as long as you don't have noisy chickens, or you're not bothering your neighbors, or, you know, it's amazing. People, oh, well, they're dirty. What about flies? Chickens eat flies.
Right.
Do you not get that they eat bugs?
Right.
Natural pest control. They're awesome. I don't understand why in big cities you can have a neighbor who has a dog who barks constantly at all hours of the night, and yet you can't have a chicken that provides fresh food for your family. How does that make sense?
Ridiculous. Ridiculous. Now, let's talk radio.
Oh, yeah, I do that too.
Yeah. Now, how's the show going?
Awesome. Awesome. I do the John and Jen show with John Brodsky on KMJ. It's the AM and the FM simulcast from 9 to 11. In fact, I just talked for 2 hours and then flew down here.
So you don't have to be down there at 5 in the morning anymore?
No, the morning show is gone. It's a simulcast now, the AM.
I'll take that 9 to 11. That's not a bad gig.
It's fun. John and I have a lot of fun, and we get to cover everything that's going on, you know, locally and nationally, and it's great. People still have a forum to call in locally to talk about issues, which is a big deal. We take a lot of phone calls, and we're up to talk about just about anything.
Awesome. What's big in the news lately?
Well, you know, election season coming up.
Oh, gosh, and there's some things going on, isn't there?
Kind of a big deal.
Wow.
Yeah.
Can you believe that? I don't know who I should be mad at.
So who are you thinking you should be mad at?
Well, no. Okay. The candidate probably isn't the one making the flyers.
Probably not.
But he's probably the one that should be most concerned about the flyers that are going out.
Well, I'm saying if you've got a district with 73,000 people in it and you can't keep track of a picture on your flyer, that's a problem.
Right.
Just saying.
You know, how's your delegation skills?
And your judgment.
Right. Well, and then you have the other side of it. Clint Olivier throwing it out there every few minutes, and I've had some people say, well, maybe that's not the right way to do it, but of course they were 21.
Yeah.
So do you think he comes back?
I don't know. I don't see how you can, because no matter what play you take isn't a good play. I didn't know. Well, you're ignorant and probably should be asking some more questions. I saw the tweet that went out yesterday saying, it's just an American building. Okay, so when you saw the sign that said halt in 2 languages, did you ask any questions?
Oh my God! You know who's going to be really anxious to talk about this or not? Art Gonzalez is in the studio today, and he's running for District 7 also.
This is what I hear.
So here I got Clint Olivier, and then I got Mike Wells, and they're spatting. What a perfect time for Art Gonzalez to come in and take over,
That's
right?
opportunity knocking, you hear that?
So you were on the radio doing the whole rock and roll thing for so many years. Is this talk thing? I mean, are you enjoying it?
Very much so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of opinionated. I know. But
No.
Here's what it came down to. And I still love my music. And I still listen to a lot of music. Oh, I can't say this delicately, and I'm going to offend somebody, and I don't care.
Go ahead.
Can I just say it and offend somebody, and I don't
Sure.
care? There's only so many times you can listen to the same 3 AC/DC songs over and over and over again.
Yeah.
They have more songs that
Right.
are good.
They don't. You don't get to play the ones that you really love.
No.
You get to play the ones that the people that are just finding out there's an AC/DC
Yes.
will really like.
Yes.
They like
Led Zeppelin, whole catalog. Check it out.
Yeah, Bon Scott needs to be on the radio more. Because that other guy is not really AC/DC.
You know, no, you're right. But it's a very wonderful change, and
Good.
I'm enjoying it immensely. I'm having a really good time.
Good. What about what is it, a podcast? Or what do they call it?
I do a podcast.
Yeah, and I don't know if
Mondays,
that's
Wednesdays,
what they call
and
it
Fridays.
still.
Well, you know what? I call it a live cast. Yeah, I think legally we're not allowed to call it a podcast
Right.
anymore, right? Because
Right.
the guy that invented it is suing and whatever. 2014 America. What are you going to
Get
do? I'm going
over
to
yourself.
sue. I won the lottery. Something bad happened to me. I'm going to sue.
Yeah.
That's what people do. It's
Right.
just irritating. But every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, I do a live cast on Ustream. The channel is Jennifer Lipp, which is very easy. And I do it at 12:30. I do Freaks. Still, I've been doing Freaks in town
People
for 20
love
years.
the Freaks.
That's the thing I always hear. So I'm still doing those, and then I post it afterwards. It goes up on iTunes. So that's a podcast. Live cast from 12:30 to
Right.
1 on the Ustream, and then the podcast of that show gets posted on iTunes and jenniferlip.com.
Awesome. Well, you know what? You're so super busy. I just want to
You're
thank you.
throwing me out already.
No, thank you for coming by and squeezing me into your busy schedule.
Thanks for having me.
We're gonna make a day trip and come out to Wiseacres and hang out with you guys. for the
Wiseacre
day.
Feed Supply, 728 N Street in downtown Sanger.
Awesome. Say hi to Jeff and the kids for me.
Just did.
All right. Thanks a lot. Very
Thank
good
you,
to
sweetheart.
see you again. We're gonna take a quick commercial break and we'll be right back. You dance?
I dance.